Hey guys, so I'm going to give you a quick tutorial here on how I cut Bobby's hair because all the barbershops are closed, and I know if you're chasing communities like ours, they're expecting hair to still be cut. Or if you are in the civilian world and you're not a fan of the man bun, this one's for you. So we just bought a basic razor. So I've been cutting Bobby's hair for a year and a half now. And we actually talked to our hairdresser from home, and she said go on Amazon and buy a wall razor, like just a basic like $25 razor. Like this is as good as you're really gonna get. My mom did find one on Amazon last week that is cordless, so I would have to say if you get the chance, cordless would be really sweet, just because then you're not like connected. We have like an extension cord here for me to get far enough away. Then you could also do it outside too if it's warm enough. We used to do it outside, but we have a balcony and we felt bad brushing hair on our neighbors. So, pretty much the razor will come with all of these guards, and the guards determine the length of the hair that you cut. So I really only use the 1 and the 2 guard. So they have little numbers on them. So I use the 0, which is like with no guard, and then I'll use the 1 to help fade, and then the 2 at the very top. And then today I might use the 3 just because I haven't cut his hair in a long time, so the top of his hair is really long. And instead of having to scissor it the whole thing, I might do a 3 through it and then go back. So I'll get to that when we get there. So the first thing that I start with, the kit will also come with this little brush thingy. This is fantastic because when you get done or in the middle, you can use it to clean out here and here, and like use it to wipe the hair away that gets stuck in there. So keep the little brush, it's really helpful. Okay, so we'll get started here. The first thing that I do is I do a 0, and then the other thing that's really cool about these razors is they'll have this little, I don't know what you call this here, lever thing. I have no actual hair cutting experience, you guys. I just figured it out. So this lever thing pushes this whole blade here up and down. So to get really, really close, you pull it like down. So see how it's down, and then like I push it and it goes out. I don't know if you can see that. So it goes in and out. So this is what I would call like a short. I call it like a 0 short and then like a 0 long. And so you'll hear me say like a 1 long and a 1 short. That will be what I'm meaning is I'm moving this. So I am gonna start with a 0 long, and I'm just gonna come over here and have him look down, and we're gonna go. It's kind of loud, so sorry. So I just start from the bottom, and you just work up however far you want your fade to start. So I think technical Army regulation is that the fade goes like to the ear, right? Am I right? Mr. Guy? Yeah?
Can't be hair touching the ear.
Okay, well there just can't be hair touching the ear, apparently. So I just go, and like it's gonna look really funny. This is normally the part where I get done with this part, and then I tell them that I'm gonna leave them like that. Because it's funny. Generally, I forgot I have my slippers on. I'll be honest with you guys, generally what we do is like after we work out or something, we literally just like both get naked, and then I'll cut his hair because it gets everywhere, and then like one of us sweeps up and the other one gets in the shower, and then the other one gets in the shower, and then you're good. It's all like contained. So you can do this inside pretty decently without getting hair everywhere. Yeah, you just bring your 0 up as far as you would like it. I just try to go to the top of the ear. You make like a line. And then if your man is real hairy like Bobby, he'll have hair on his neck that actually grows faster than the hair on his head. So I make sure that I take the 0 all the way down because their neck has to be clean too. So they have to have like, their hair technically can't be touching their ears, and then they have to have like a clean line of no hair to their collar line. So I just make sure I get that part, and then you can kind of get around the ears a little bit, but like I don't touch the ears too much with a 0 because I'm scared cat. I will just tell you that. I err on the side of caution and like then go back and grind to it if I need to. Okay. So now I'm going to take a 1. So I put my 1 on there, and I'm gonna take the 1 and I'm gonna make sure it's long. So then I'm just gonna go up a little bit higher. I'm not gonna go quite all the way to where I'm trying to blend in the top. So I'll just go up like here, and you'll start to see how it'll like make a line. His hair is really long right now. This is a lot easier if you do it like every other week. Going from this long hair to short hair is hard. But I like this long hair, so I let it grow. So yeah, you just hold up here. Something that a barber told me one time is that you should leave the hair, generally you like to leave the hair longer in the back and shorter in the front. So I don't know if that helps you at all. It kind of helped me when I was thinking about how to do. So on the front, on the sideburns here, I actually just do the sideburns like I do the rest of the head. Be careful not to cut their eyebrow off. Although I did see this really funny thing on Facebook that said, that's what you sent me, right? Yeah, that's what Alex sent me. This thing that said, if you're having trouble, stay home, shave your eyebrows off. I just thought it was so funny. If you're having trouble staying at home, shave your eyebrows off. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. Okay, so now we got, so you can see like, gosh. So you can see we have like a little shorter here and a little longer here, and we'll go back and blend this together. But I like to get the majority of the hair off before I do any blending. So now I'm going to take my number 2. Here we go. So the 2 I do on short. I don't know why, I just do. So I pull the 2 all the way up. So Bobby's hair, he only has 1 colic here in the back. So I blend his hair to his colic. That's what that's called, right? Colic. So
It's a cowlick.
Cowlick?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. So anyway, I blend it to this. Oh yeah, colic is like colicky baby, right?
Yeah.
It's a cowlick. Okay, anyway. So I just kind of go right up to here and I do the shorter stuff, but I leave these parts that go forward, I do with the forward, and then these parts that go down, I do with the downside. So then I go to do maybe this side. So when I do this side, can you look that way for me? So his hair comes over this way, and so this side is like as if he had a comb over, it would end here. So what you can do, when I first started, I pulled this hair up so that I could focus on this fade right here on the side before I dealt with the hair at the top. Now I honestly don't really do this when I'm showing you right now. I just kind of leave it, and then I like just kind of blend it into the top hair, but we're gonna cut some of the stuff off his top. So however you want, I think pulling it back is the easiest at the beginning, and just pretend like you're going straight up. Good to you. So for this side, we this is like, you would pretend the part is right here, but they can't have a hard part because that's considered a styled haircut. I don't know, what do they call it? It's a fad or something like that, a trend. So we can't have it. So we just pretend there's a part there, and I honestly take it and I pull it back like this, like where I think that part would go. And then that helps me kind of like define a line of where I'm blending from. So now I like pretend that like this hair doesn't exist, and I fade up to here. So it doesn't have to be perfect, honestly. Like I don't know. I think I used to be so scared in the beginning when I started doing this that I had to like look perfect, but the reality is like you just keep playing around with it until it looks good. Like not every hair is gonna be the same length. And yeah. So then you kind of just keep it. And then now if we look at this side, if you look at it from the back, you can see how this side is like coming down a little bit farther than this side, but that's okay because you want it to look like you parted it over here, and then this side is like getting brushed over, if that makes any sense. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a 3 on here. Like I said, normally I don't do this. I normally just cut a little bit off the top every week with a pair of scissors and like just take my hands and go like that. But because his is so long, I'm gonna put a 4 on it. Yeah, I feel you. I'm gonna put a 4 on it actually. So I got my 4 on there. I'm doing a short 4 because there's no real reason to have it long. So I'm just gonna take, in this part you want to make sure like the hair's like going the way it would naturally go, and then you can just take and go back from the top there. So this is gonna look crazy, like I'm cutting a lot of hair off because I am. I probably cannot tell you the last time Bobby's hair was this long. So he's gonna be like a new person. Oops, sorry. Oh my gosh, your hair's not even gonna go over. What? It's so cute. I hope you people on the gram appreciate this video. I just cut all this hair off for you. Okay, so now we got him down. Pretty short here, to be honest. Figure it out. See, look, sometimes I screw it up, honestly, and then it's like, you know what? It's hair. It'll grow back. So now we have the top off. Normally, like I said, I would just pull with my hands and like cut with the scissors. So okay, I don't have the scissors. But normally you would just take and like if you want to keep it really long on the top, you just pull with your fingers and then cut across with the scissors, and you just keep going like that across the whole top. But like I said, his was really long, so we just got rid of it. So now I'm going to go back to my 0 and I'm going to work on the fade. So I'm going to just get this out of here so all the extra hair is gone. Okay, so now I'm going to lean it forward. Okay, so see how we can see our line here where we did the like 0 to 1 and then the 1 to 2. So the idea is we're just gonna smooth this line, but we're gonna use the 0 long. And you just kind of pull up. I guess the best way to say it is I pull from here and I pretend that I'm going like straight up, if that makes sense. And you just kind of move farther and farther away from the head as you go up. So I just like start here like this, and then when I start to, you can listen to it too, you can start to hear right as you get to that spot, and you just kind of like go straight up then from there. So So you can see how that line just kind of like starts to go away. Like obviously you're not gonna totally get it to completely go away. I guess I don't know how to really explain it, but you're just gonna keep going with it. So this is a part that honestly takes me the longest because I just like mess around until it looks good, to be honest. So this one, we pull the ear down, so you can pull the ear down like this and then just go over. I don't know why that doesn't hurt him. If you touch my ear like that, I would kill you. And he says it's fine. So you just kind of go in a circle like that, and then kind of get a little bit in there like that, and then you do the same thing, so just fading this up right here. So just kind of keep working it around. I'm gonna go a little bit shorter on this fade because I did cut a lot off the top. So to give him some like dimension to like not all be the same height. I don't know what's the height. So just gonna keep pulling it up. Guys, this might be the worst haircut I've ever given. I definitely choked on camera. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep working around. So sometimes you see, okay, so like it went a little hard in there, so you could just blend it. I don't know why I do better if I hold his head. I'm like definitely not a professional hairdresser. So you just kind of go right here and blend it in. I'm actually like low-key glad I did it this way because now I shouldn't have to cut his hair again for like 3 weeks. It's great. Can you see like the bump in the hair right here? Yeah. Okay. So see how I just go like straight up like that? And I just keep going straight up until I get like over here, do a little rainbow. Notice when I do the rainbow, I keep this in part near his ear touching his head, and then this part like out. If you like need to put your finger there, you can. If not, you're just gonna like ruin your fade right here. And then you can just kind of like get over there. So I'm gonna pull this up a little bit higher, this part here, because I cut his top so short. Now, I'm gonna like brush it all out. If you have like a hair dryer and you're not terrified, you could like try to hair dryer blow some of this hair away. But honestly, I'd be too terrified to blow it all over my bathroom. So I just kind of wipe it and make sure that like I have all the places that I want. So now we're gonna focus on the top here. So his hair pulls up this way, so you can see like I missed a little bit right here. So I'm gonna get the scissors. Okay, so I'm gonna get the scissors, and like I said, you just pull it up between your fingers like this, and then you cut here like that. So any part, and you can go, if you don't want it, like sometimes when his hair is longer, so you can do both directions if you want. So how I was saying, like you want it shorter in the back and longer in the front, what you would do is you would pull this up between your hair and make an angle with your fingers so that this finger is like higher up, if that makes sense, so the hair's at an angle, and then you cut along with your finger. So now like it is shorter back here, and, or yeah, shorter back here and longer up there. I'm doing it right. Making sure. So you can just kind of go, and you could do like the whole thing like that if you wanted to keep it long. But I just kind of go. So the other trick is if you don't want it to be so, I don't know, quote unquote like perfect, what you can do is you can take a thing and you can come down at it with the scissors like this and cut like this, and that makes a more like choppy look, and it's not so like dead straight across, and it kind of can help blend in a little bit better. So if I go up here to where I left it a little bit longer, I want to try to leave it longer in the front and pull back here, and I don't want it to be like an old man comb over, so I'm gonna go like this and just kind of chop away here, and see how like it blends in little bit nicer there. So we still have some long ones out the front. I'll just like trim up. Sometimes when I'm looking at the front, so his hair really doesn't like to comb over like this, so he puts like gel in it. It'll look a lot better when he gets the gel in it. But sometimes I will just look at the front at the very end, and if he's got like a long one that I don't like the placement of, I'll just cut like that, like very shortly. So I feel like that is pretty much it. You can just kind of, a lot of times with these razors, what'll happen is like, so if you can see like, okay, right here's a long one. So like, yeah, I did the razor and like pulled it back, but it like misses some. So the only way, and like sometimes you'll get that back here when you've like done all this fading, and then you'll see one that's like just a little bit longer. So the only way to really get all of those is to either keep going or just like kind of look on the side and pick them out if you can like see one. So like I can see one right there, and then like if you can pick it out and you just want to cut it with your scissors, you can just cut it with your scissors too. So I feel like that's really it. If you just want to keep, I would say if this is like your first time doing it and you just want to shorten it up, I would just mimic what a hairdresser like already did. So that's how I learned, is like he went and got his hair done, and then I just tried to like do exactly what she did and just like shorten it per se, so that way like I could copy what was happening here on the top. Now that I did this, I just found a really long piece. So that is just like a way right now, if it's not too far gone like Bobby's was, you could keep the same kind of length and style and just shorten just a little bit. So I feel like, do you have any questions?
How long did it take you to feel like fully comfortable with doing it? Because I was like, yeah, I can do this, and after watching that, I'm like, oh, this looks complicated.
I don't know. What would you say? Probably a couple. Probably probably by like the third or fourth time, I felt a lot better about it. I don't feel like I ever really feel confident. I don't know. Like, I mean, like as you can see, like this is not a great haircut right now. Like I cut way too much off the top.
But the blend is good.
Yeah, so like the blend is good, but like it got a lot off the top. So I think the biggest thing is just like understand, like go slow, and you can always cut shorter is like my biggest thing. So what I probably should have done is there's like an 8 in here, so we did a 4, there's an 8 in here. Probably should have done an 8 and then saw how it looked and then decided if I wanted to go down. So if you're afraid to do the blending on the sides, like start with the 2 and do the whole thing with the 2, and then you can go back and do the whole thing with the 1, and get it to the length that you want it, and then start doing the fade if you're too afraid to just take that 0 all the way up, or if they don't like the 0 all the way up, but he likes the 0 up to his half line. So yeah, I would say probably like 3 or 4 times you feel like a little bit more confident. Honestly, the fading part is the easiest. Like you'll get this really fast because literally all you're doing is just holding this thing and going like this and like going up and down until it looks right. I still like sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to do, how to like get the top to look right. So the top I feel like just kind of depends on how their hair lays, and you like get it good one time and then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that next time. And that's really just kind of how you get it, is like you see how good you were the time before and then do it. But this is a great time to learn because barbershops are closed, so everyone's going to be cutting their own hair anyway, so if they look like crap, you can be like, well, coronavirus. But in all honesty, so we've been doing this for a year and a half now, and I cut his hair once a week or once every other week, and the cheapest barbershop around here is like $15. So that's a lot of money saved over the course of the year if you can get good enough at it that they're fine with you doing it. And I don't know. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial